Hey, this is Psylacus, and today I'm going to be doing a review over the SteelSeries Sensei gaming mouse. If you liked my videos, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to know about the next ones, and click my ad sponsors if you'd like to support me, help me pay for these things. I mean, bills. Yeah. Now we're going to unbox it. So this is the SteelSeries Sensei's box. So you can see it's the relative size of my hand. Opens up. And on the side, it's got more pictures of the mouse. On the back, it's got specifications, lighting, cool little LED screen in the bottom, a little bit more about ergonomics, types, high points about the product. On the top, it tells you who it was designed in association with. You see on the top there. It's got two little pieces of plastic tape. Comes off like this. Opens up. It's really easy to get open. It's a nice change of pace. Usually you have to fight to get these things open, and it just kind of pops off like this. Inside, obviously, the mouse. Now, where it came out of. The box itself is now empty. Reminds you that winning is everything. Now, the nice thing is that it comes right off like this, and the mouse pops out. USB cables along the top in this little section. It's pretty easy to get to. Behind that is obviously you have a manual. Tells you all about the product, including that if you get hungry, that you could choke on this mouse, try to eat it. And the all-important sticker. And a product guide. Tells you all about the stuff they make, what else you could potentially spend money on. And that's about it. I just got a new microphone and a new webcam. The webcam does 1080p, however, the software I'm using has a whole lot of compression, so it doesn't do a very good job on the microphone, but we'll get that fixed here hopefully soon when I've had some new software. So now I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to show you a quick run through of the actual software itself. Here's a quick overview of the SteelSeries software that you can download from their website when you buy this mouse. It's not included in the actual packaging, so you'll have to go to their website, Sensei, and download it from there. It's a pretty small download. Anyway, at the top you see the 5 tabs, buttons, onboard profiles, settings, properties, statistics, your devices, the profiles. The 3 profiles that are standard are Sensei default, fast, and slow. They cannot be deleted, but they can be modified, in which it will create a new entry. I named mine test. You can add a new profile here, and you have your actions that you can use to create up here these macros. Alright, so onboard profile. From these, you click and drag and drop, and these will save them to the actual settings on the mouse. So even if you don't have this software installed, or if you go to another computer, it will already be saved and ready to go. Under settings, a host of stuff you can use. Here you can change your DPI. So that it can be more or less accurate, as well as how fast you move your mouse. For instance, if the higher you set your DPI, the faster your mouse seems to move. You can have two different settings per profile. So you use the top mouse button to change between them, or whatever else you'd like to macro them to, and that'll allow you to change them. It goes on the fly. It's almost instantaneous how fast it actually switches. There's no stutter at all. Now underneath here is your LED colors. Now, these colors can be set from one of these colors here, or one of multiple colors you can customize here. However, it does not save from color change to color change. So for instance, if you make a strange color and you try to save it, and you want to go to the next one and use the same color, it's not there. So you have to basically guess. Kind of a pain, but I'm sure they'll probably change it in some sort of update. Some of the colors tend to bleed. So if you took a bright color here and a dull color here, the bright color will actually bleed onto one another, specifically from the wheel to the LEDs that allow you to denote which DPI setting you're on. The logo on the back does not appreciate white. It looks kind of pink, but I'm assuming that's because it has bleed from the LCD screen beneath it. LCD setup. Under the LCD setup, you have brightness and contrast, which allow you to turn up the brightness or switch the contrast. For instance, if you want your stuff on the back of your mouse to look more black, you can turn that in. Over here is the load custom bitmap. There you can actually go to their website, and you can actually check out their little, here, I'll just go bring it up for you. So here's their website. If you scroll down, you can go to this right here, and you can actually design a a little, here, I'll say hello. And you can actually put this to the bottom of your mouse, or whatever you would like it to be. You can design it. You can even upload a custom one, but it's pretty easy to do from here. You download it, you save it, and then you go back to the software, and you can upload it from here. FreeMove and Exact Excel. FreeMove is the way they do path correction, so the higher you turn it up, the less likely it is your mouse is going to do this kind of movement when you move it. It tends to move on an axis, so it makes it more straight. Exact Excel, basically the more you turn it up, the faster it moves whenever you move your mouse quickly. So for instance, on fine movements, it doesn't go very fast. But as soon as you start swiping, it moves and accelerates a lot more. So if you're whipping around your weapon, it helps you spin your character around a little bit easier in an FPS, or get across the map fast if you're playing an RTS of some sort. Exact aim is the opposite. It actually slows it down. So for instance, if you're trying to line up a headshot, it slows your mouse down, but when you move your mouse fast to flick it back and forth, it speeds up, so that way it goes to returning to normal speed. It's pretty helpful, actually. I enjoyed it. Now the Exact Lift. Exact Lift is a way to compensate for the type of mouse pad you have, whether it be metal, plastic, neoprene, cloth. I haven't got to test it that much. I leave it at 40% and leave it as is, and it goes from there. Polling rate's 1000 Hz. You can change it if you'd like. Under properties, you have the profile name. You can name it whatever it is. And trigger game. For instance, let's say I set up test to be RTS friendly. Every time I launch, let's say, a StarCraft game, it'll automatically switch my profile to that particular profile setting. Pretty nice. You can have quite a few. Under statistics is an interesting program. You hit start and you can click whatever mouse buttons you want. I'm doing it right now. You hit stop and it tells you what mouse buttons you've clicked the most. I assume this is good for macro generation if you want to know which macro key to a button you hardly use, or maybe the one that you use a lot. Anyway, this is a quick overview of the Sensei's software. Here's a quick overview of the actual mouse itself. Here's what it looks like. Quite nice, that brushed aluminum feel to it. It's actually plastic though, so but it's still really sturdy. It's ambidextrous design. It's got 2 buttons here, 2 buttons on either side. It feels comfortable in either hand. It's got the thickest cable I've ever seen on a mouse. It's not super long, but at least it'll reach to the back of your computer. Once again, the colors can bleed from here to here if you happen to have like a really light color here and a really bright color here. Whatever this is here, if you should stick to probably a primary color, elsewise the LCD will actually bleed into the back of it. So if it's white, it'll end up looking funny. I'll do a quick show on how to actually change the profiles. Let's let this thing quickly zoom in. Alright, so it says SteelSeries there. Yay. If you hold down the top button, it'll switch it over here. You can use the mouse wheel to scroll. As you can see, the one with the asterisk, which is the one I'm on right now. If you want to actually change profiles, you gotta hit your center button. You scroll down, and you hit your center button again, and that'll change your profile. And then you back out by pressing the center button, and it'll show you SteelSeries or whatever logo you have, and then it's changed your profile. This is actually white, but as you can see, it's kind of pink. That's one of the comments I wanted to make. Overall, it's a really solid mouse. I love some of the features about it. I'm not quite sure if I agree with putting this at the bottom, because anytime you actually want to change your profiles, you've got to turn over the mouse, hope you don't hit any of the side buttons, and knock yourself out. It's not quick. It takes a while. So there's nothing you can do changing the profile on the fly. But you can actually go through and set it up so that whenever you launch a program, that it's ready to go. The other thing you can always do is just keep it on a certain setting, and that's the one you like. But anyway, once again, this is the SteelSeries mouse. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to know about the updates, and click my ads if you'd like to support me. Hope this helps you out in your decision with the mouse.